Alright, greetings all. Thank you for returning to my channel. I'm Professor Noonie. Allow me to welcome you back to Fight Night Champion Custom Boxer Tournament. I think that's, I guess that's the way to put it. Pretty much what it is, if you don't already know, is I downloaded about 32 or so custom-made boxers that were created by the Fight Night Champion community. They uploaded it to like the EA servers. I went over to like the boxer share section of the game and I downloaded a bunch of them. And the ones that I have participating in the tournament are not actual boxers in real life. Like I downloaded Andy Ruiz and Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua and a couple other ones. They are not going to be in the tournament. Who I am putting in the tournament are pretty much like celebrities, if you will, or fictional characters. Those people, the people that are not legitimate boxers in real life or historical figures, those are the people that I'm putting into this 32-man tournament. So I'm going to show you the bracket. If you haven't already watched the previous video, I highly recommend you do. Otherwise, this will spoil the result for you. So I will give you a couple seconds to close this video and go back to the previous fight, which was Black Magic versus George Bush. That is round 1, fight 1. That should be the first video in this series. And okay, if you're still with me, then you've already watched it. So currently we are here with Spawn versus Ivan Drago. That is why you currently see them two already selected on this screen right here. So I believe that it's a good time to just start the match, if you will. Verify that the settings are indeed what they're supposed to be. They are. And we're going to go straight to the pen. And we should get on with some good boxing. I'm very much looking forward to this. I don't know if after I'm done with all of round 1, because what I plan on doing really quick while this is showing, I'm doing all the first rounds in this first, and then I will start doing the rest. And the fight's about to start. So yeah, the way I plan on labeling each video would be like round 1, fight 1. This one would be round 1, fight 2. Oh, nice counter punch. Nice counter uppercut. Anyways, let's call the fight. We have Ivan Drago from Rocky. You may recognize him from Rocky 4. He was a Russian dude that Rocky fought. And you may recognize Spawn right here. He was he's a comic book character, I believe. I'm not entirely sure which universe he's in, but I did watch the movie with Michael J. White. It was a pretty good movie. So we have two powerhouses here going at it. Looks like Spawn is getting the better of the two. The better of Ivan Drago, at least in this round. Oh, that was a good left hook by Ivan Drago. He tries to follow up, but Spawn backs up. Drago covers the distance and starts swinging, but he does start depleting his stamina pretty quick, so he backs up a little bit. Now Spawn is on the attack, missing wildly with his left hooks, backing up and trying to leap forward with the left overhand. He's getting clocked with that right hook. He barely landed with the leaping left, and nice counter counter right straight. We have Spawn in the corner. Looks like now he's chasing down Ivan. Ivan must have gotten a little scared there. I mean, Spawn does look like an intimidating person to fight. I mean, who would be brave against that face? You know what I mean? I have a feeling now Spawn seems to be overextending himself. He may need to relax and recover. Both these gentlemen really seem to be going as hard as they can in this first round, trying to lay the foundation as to who will be the most dominant fighter throughout the fight, if it goes the distance. That brings us to round 1. I would have no idea, actually, how to score that. That seemed to be pretty even. I honestly cannot give that to one fighter or the other. I have a feeling if this does go the distance, one of the refs, or rather two of the refs, will give it to one fighter and the third ref will give it to the other fighter. I can't say one way or the other. Alright, let's start round 2. Spawn comes out trying to go for body shots. Tires himself out a little bit, he backs up. Now Drago seems to be throwing wild power punches and he's just missing. Actually, both of them do. It's really, it looks like it's going to come down to who gets the hardest hit first, because neither of them are concerned for endurance or any kind of conditioning. They just want the early knockout. Spawn seems to be relying on the strategy of being outside of Ivan's boxing reach, and he wants to leap in forward to become within range and hit him with some sort of swinging overhand. I see him doing that. I saw him doing that, a lot of that in the first round. Ivan seems to be, Ivan also tried, but he has to realize he's fighting a shorter fighter, and he's more prone to miss overhead if he tries to go for hooks or whatnot. He may have better luck with an overhand, right or left, whichever he prefers. Nice hook. Spawn doesn't look like he's intimidated. He will back up a little bit, but immediately will come forward. I don't know if he's feinting a retreat. Good. That was a pretty good uppercut by Spawn. Right now, it appears that they're both even on stamina and health. They are both going as hard as they can. Both people seem to be sizing each other up, same amount of distance. Ivan seems to be switching the body shots. He's getting clocked a little bit with uppercuts and left hooks. That was that strategy by Spawn again. Backed up and then tried to jump forward. It may be doing him well. There are a lot of times when he misses. There are many times where he connects. Nevertheless, Ivan does appear to be having a little bit of trouble with that strategy. I haven't really seen him counter it properly. According to Ivan's trainer, he is losing the fight. We shall see if that remains to be true throughout the rest of this fight. Okay, Ivan has Spawn on the ropes, and he connected pretty well with that overhand right. Tries to go for a left uppercut. It gets blocked, and Spawn follows up with a nice straight. Couple jabs getting in there by Spawn. Another left uppercut by Ivan that fully connects. Both of them trying to bait the other one into overreaching. Like that. Oh man, Drago doesn't look that well. He's a little wobbly. A little wobbly. I think Spawn is taking his time. Doesn't really want to pursue him pretty hard. Probably afraid of a counter. Looks like Drago laid some pretty good foundation out there, letting him know if you come forward, I will try to find a way to counter anything you come forward with. Ivan does have the longer reach. Doesn't really appear to be utilizing it though. He wants to just come in and knock him out. Not necessarily a Lennox Lewis strategy, more of a Tyson one. Misses with that jumping in right hook, but Spawn doesn't capitalize on it. He's just letting him miss. I don't know if Spawn has a strategy of trying to have Drago tire himself out, because it doesn't appear that Spawn's strategy has anything to do with counter-punching. See, right there, that was a good opportunity to land something while Drago missed, but it appears that Spawn prefers to stay out of reach and then leap forward with some kind of hook or overhand. Or miss uppercuts. Now it looks like Spawn is a little bit wobbly. He took 2 consecutive hits that did pretty good damage. So yeah, Ivan is the taller fighter. There we go. I think Ivan actually won that round with those last 2 hits. It's very possible. Trainer doesn't appear to be happy with Spawn's performance. Oh, now it looks like Spawn is losing according to his trainer. Any kind of advice for Drago? I hear Drago's trainer saying use your speed. Apparently he must be the faster fighter. He certainly has the longer reach. That was a good counter. But they were just minuscule hits. They definitely were not power punches. I can't say one way or the other who is going to win this fight, because both of them appear to be going as hard as they can. Surprisingly, Drago missed at that distance. Not blocking, he got hit with 2 left hooks. I don't know if he thought the other one would be a feint. Now he missed with 2 right hooks and a left straight. Or probably a jab. Okay, Spawn leaned out of the way of that, followed up with the jab. Letting him know that I'm fully aware. I am not dizzy, or my stamina is not depleted. I'm not weak right now. If you try to hit me, I do have the capacity to evade. Although Spawn is definitely he's emptying out his tank. I think if Drago had if he had any idea that that was happening, he would definitely pounce on Spawn, but he simply thinks that Spawn has just this endurance available. He is hitting them with a couple of good counters. They don't appear to be doing a tremendous amount of damage. Both fighters are missing wildly. They appear to be going out of range. I'm wondering why Spawn is not continuing with his early strategy of walking backwards out of range and then leaping forward. He appears to be thinking that Ivan will run towards him once he backs up, and he probably wants to catch Drago coming in on the inside. Looks like he's having trouble actually dodging Drago's attacks, and I believe that goes to Ivan.
You're winning this fight. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you got this. Just
it appears that Ivan's trainers feels he's winning this fight. Spawn's trainer, on the other hand, Spawn's trainer appears to be giving him an alternate strategy. Instead of walking backwards out of range, he's telling him to parry his jab and try to follow up with perhaps a straight or a hook. I wonder if Spawn will take that advice. So far, it looks like he's just going straight for the body. Wow, both men appear to be waiting for a counterpunch opportunity. That was a good one. Spawn didn't capitalize. Missed with that overhand right and that left uppercut. Spawn narrowly misses, or rather, narrowly gets hit, but he definitely ate that right hook and the left uppercut. He appears to be stunned. Ivan would be in his best interest to capitalize right now and to pursue him. Spawn narrowly escapes. He seems to be recovering. Drago does not seem happy with that, as he's just swinging while he's very far away from Spawn. He did catch him with the right hook and a nice left uppercut. Oh, and the tables have turned. Another evade and another counter uppercut. Ivan is down. What a punch. What a fight so far. Definitely going back and forth. Far more action in this fight than our previous with George Bush and Black Magic. Let's see if Ivan can actually make the count. He gets up at 5 and he appears to be ready to fight. How ironic, the 5th round of the fight. And he got up at a count of 5. He does not look weathered at all. He appears to still be on his, I guess the term would be heel and toes. Counters with the left hook. Follows up with the jab and an uppercut. Spawn is still standing strong. Ivan looks like he's desperate for a knockdown now. Would like to even the score. Evidence of that because of his rapid stamina depletion. It looks like Spawn will come out on top of this round, especially with that knockdown. Just added a few last dibs in there. Oh, we can actually see Spawn has taken some damage to that left eye. Even though he got the knockdown, he is not untouched. He does a...
Come on, breathe deeply. Inhale. Some air in your lungs, right? You're fighting his game plan. Box intelligently for me, all right? Come on. You're more intelligent than this.
Ivan's trainer telling him he would like to fight a little bit more intelligently. Don't just throw wildly out there. Anticipate Spawn's movements. It would do good for him to adhere to that, as he has been knocked down in the 5th round. trades hooks, and Spawn appears to have gotten hit pretty hard with that left hook. Spawn trying to keep him away with the jabs. Ivan not having any of it, staying in that same range, hitting him with the lefts. Blocking body shots. Spawn tried to jump in again with an uppercut, which did him good last round, but he misses. Ivan tries to jump in with the left overhand, or rather a left hook, but misses. Misses again, and Spawn punishes with the right hook, and then again with the left uppercut. Ivan needs to stop trying to adopt Spawn's earlier strategy by stepping out of range and then leaping forward. It doesn't seem to be doing him as well as it did Spawn. Spawn is clearly aware of this, saying, I invented this strategy, you're not going to use it against me. I will lean out of every one of your swings. Now would be a good time for Ivan to attack. He seems to be pushing Spawn back, but then backs up as when he gets hit with the counterpunch, it frightens him. He gets Spawn in a good spot, but then Spawn gets one good punch in and Ivan backs off. Spawn appears to be the one who's fighting intelligently. One, two. Narrowly misses with that left hook Spawn did. Ducks the right hook and hits Ivan with the right hook, and that ends the round. That round I would probably give it to Drago. Drago's trainer telling him to hurry it up. And Spawn's trainer telling him, do not waste your energy. I think that's a little too late. As both men have really tired themselves out. Especially in this later half of the fight. Drago continues to try to adopt Spawn's earlier strategy by leaping forward with swings and punches. And it looks like he paid off a little bit. If he continues with punches, he will knock Spawn down, and Spawn has been knocked down in the 7th round. By a left uppercut, it appears to have just grazed him, but it looks like it was still enough. Let's see if Spawn will be able to actually rise off the mat. He gets up at 6 and comes forward. He's not afraid. This fight, or rather this round, is still early in it. Let's see if he will even the score up for this round, or if Drago would get another. That was a very good parry, not parry, but counter punch, if you will. Drago's definitely tired. He needs to relax. He will continue to get out countered, especially if he tries to jump in with those swinging punches. Spawn is not going for them, as he is the one who originated the strategy. Demonstrated earlier on in the fight. Very good right hook. Perhaps, I believe that was an uppercut, actually. Good backdash. Drago punched with the left backdash and Spawn missed the counter. I have to give it to both men. It appears that no matter how tired they are still willing to swing. Drago tries to hit with a couple lefts. One misses, one blocks. He does get a little uppercut in, but not much behind it. I believe it would be best if Drago can keep Spawn out with jabs and straights, as he does have the longer reach. I probably have to agree with Spawn's trainer there.
This is yours. You hear me? This is your fight. Keep it. Can't let this guy. Can't.
This fight definitely seems to be going back and forth. Both fighters have been down. Ivan went down in the 5th. Spawn went down in the 7th. It could be an even fight right now, or it still could be narrowly Spawn's. It's very hard to tell at this point. But Drago is definitely tiring himself out. Hardly any of his punches have any power behind them. Spawn's trainer telling him that he would like for him to move around a little bit. Spawn appears to be doing so, as he's having more luck, or rather more success, with these counter punches. Both men trying to recover, stepping away from each other. Spawn keeping him away. Oh, an immediate flash knockdown, excuse me. Leans out of the way of that left hook and follows up with the right uppercut, immediately knocking his opponent to the ground. Let's take another look from a different angle. From an overhead, perhaps? It doesn't appear to be available, but yes, that was quite a knockdown. Ivan had no chance to recover. Threw himself out there. He was wide open. Let's see if he can actually make it up off the mat. He appears to be getting up. Ref is at 6. Will he make it? Oh no! Ivan cannot make the count. Falls back down at 9. Knocked out in the 8th round. This goes to Spawn. Congratulations to Spawn. Knocked down in the 5th round. Let's see. Wow, this was a very, very close fight. The Undead Spawn wins by knockout in the 8th round. Could not have called that at all. Had no idea who was going to win this fight. So as a result of, I would say, Spawn's abandonment of his earlier strategy of staying out of range and then leaping in forward, and Drago's adoption of it, the tables turned after Spawn was knocked down in the 5th. It looks like he smartened up and decided to play it a little bit smarter, a little bit cooler, and only try to land counter punches, and it did him well. Drago has been knocked out in the 8th round. So now that we have the result of this fight, we will give we will give Spawn the win. And the way I determine knockouts, I just give it a 4. As there's 3 judges. The 4 will indicate that it was a knockout, as the judges were not needed to determine a winner. So we will give that to Spawn. He moves forward to round 2, where he will fight George Bush. But of course, we first have to go through all of the round 1 fights, and we have plenty of them to go through. I'm very excited to go through every one of these fights and call them as impartial as I can. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Thank you all to those who came to check out my video for watching my video. I appreciate all the views, notoriety I can get. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And as always, take care and God bless.